Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Ducky back again with another video. Now today I'm going to be showing you guys the 3 best beginner farms that you can build on your Bedrock survival world. Even if you're an advanced player, you still might not have one of these farms, but trust me guys, you're gonna want each and every single one of these farms in your world. So starting out with the first farm, this is my infinite automatic kelp generator. So you can see the piece of cup right there. Flick this. If I flick this lever, then well, kelp infinitely and automatically generates with no bone meal. It's single-handedly the best farm in Minecraft, and you guys will see why later on in the video, but here's how to build it. All right, so for the kelp farm, it's a very simple and very easy build process. Everything on screen right here is what you guys are going to need to build this farm. It's a very light build in terms of what is required for resources. All this should be able to be obtained within the first few days of Minecraft. I highly recommend you guys screenshot or pause the video at this moment to make sure you guys have the exact materials required. Now that you guys have the materials, let's get to building. You want to start off by building a simple T shape like this, 2 blocks tall and then 3 wide. You're going to break the middle block and then come around to the front. Place a lever on this front block. You're going to want to place a redstone torch on the middle block with a redstone repeater on top of it, facing into the block at the back. And then lastly, you're going to want to place a redstone dust here at the back of this, creating an infinite automatic redstone clock. For now, you're going to want to turn this off by flicking the lever down. The next step is to go ahead, get some building blocks, place 2 at the back and then 2 here at the front. On top of the middle back block, you're going to want to place a sticky piston, and you're going to know if you're doing this right when the sticky piston extends. If it doesn't extend, rewatch what I've just done and make sure your sticky piston extends. Next, you're going to grab your 3 sand, place 1 here right by the lever in front of the sticky piston, and then you're going to go on top of the extended sticky piston and place 2 more sand. So it should look like this, almost in this L shape. Next, grab some blocks and simply fill up the area and sort of protect the sand and make sure it's all enclosed. Once you're done, it should look something like this with some sand poking out at the front. Next, head to the top of the farm, place a building block in the middle back, then place a regular piston on top of this block. Just like before, you're going to want to sort of encase and protect the regular piston by placing blocks both on each side, 3 high and then 1 block on top of the piston. You're going to want to place 2 more blocks out front like this. Once again, 3 high, so it should extend 1 over the ledge. For the time being, if you guys want to build a block here, you can. You're actually going to need that later on, so go ahead and place that regular solid building block just like that. Next, you need to grab your stone slab, and you're going to want to place it right above this sand right here. Make sure it's a top slab and not a bottom slab. If there's this little bit of piece left on top, it's not going to work. You're going to need to make sure that it's flush with the top and it's even. Then, while looking at the slab, you're going to want to place a trapdoor. After that trapdoor, go ahead and grab a sign and place it on this front left block. Make sure there is a 1 block gap between the sign and the piston. If your sign's right here, this farm will not work. Also, if it's too far away, you're gonna have problems later on, so make sure it's right here in the middle with a block gap between the piston. Lastly, you're gonna want to grab your bucket of water and go ahead and place it in this block right here where the slab is. Trust me, it's going to work. You can waterlog slabs so that the water block is actually in the slab. You can go ahead and extend this out a few more blocks if you guys need to, just for the sake of making it a little bit easier to build. Lastly, you want to grab your 2 glass panes, place 1 right here and then another one directly on top, finishing off with a building block. So once it's all said and done, it should look like this, a little 3x4 with a trapdoor right here, the sign, and then the sand in there. And then lastly, for your collection system, place a chest under this front solid block, and then go ahead, grab a hopper and place it straight down leading towards the chest. If it doesn't look like this, then your hopper will not put the items into the chest. Lastly, what I like to do is make it look a little bit better, as honestly, it's not too appealing. There we go. That looks a bit better. Now, one thing that did happen is my water went ahead and destroyed my redstone down here. So make sure if any redstone is destroyed, you go ahead and replace it, as you're going to need to make sure it works. Now, once you've made sure all your redstone is good to go, you're going to want to head to the very back of the farm, place a piece of redstone right there, a block right under this piston, another piece of redstone, and then a block to the left of the piston. Now you're going to come to the back of this block, place your redstone torch, place a block on the torch, another block, one last torch, and then 2 blocks leading to this piston, and then following that up with redstone. And just like that, your farm is done. You're going to want to head to the top of the farm, which obviously you guys are going to be playing survival. So you could do that by placing some ladders on the side of your build, which will let you climb all the way up to the top using this trapdoor. You're going to want to place a piece of kelp on that sand, close it up, and your farm is now complete. Head to the front, flick the lever, and then you can watch as your kelp is infinitely generated and deposited straight into your chest. Now, the second best beginner farm is going to be an infinite XP farm. Now, what if I told you you could turn 1 piece of kelp into 10 levels of XP? Well, that's actually possible, and let me show you how to do it. So to build the XP farm, it is incredibly simple. You literally need just 4 items: a fuel source to get you started, 3 hoppers, 3 chests, and a smoker. Now, what you're going to be cooking in this farm is kelp. So if you guys didn't make the automatic kelp farm that I just showed you, unfortunately, this XP farm won't work for you guys, as you need over 50 stacks of an item to smelt. If you have 50 pieces of food to smelt, well, then go ahead and continue on with the build as I'm about to show you guys. But trust me, I highly recommend doing this with kelp. So the farm is as simple as this: place a chest on the ground with a hopper leading into this chest. On top of this, you're going to want to place your smoker. On top of the smoker, you're going to want to go ahead and place 2 hoppers. 1 hopper leading directly into the smoker, and then go to the back of the smoker. Go ahead and place another hopper. So you should have 3 hoppers, 1 going into the chest, 1 going into the smoker, and then another hopper going into the top of the smoker. Now, you're going to want to place chests on both of these hoppers. It doesn't matter the orientation or which way the chests are facing, but this chest on the back here is going to be your fuel chest. So any coal that you have or any kelp or anything like that, go ahead and slap it in this chest. Now, the chest on top is going to be your items chest, or the items that you're going to be putting into this farm to generate the XP. Now, like I said, I recommend kelp because just in around 10 to 15 minutes of AFKing the kelp farm, you can get all the kelp you need without having to lift a finger. So once you have all of your items, you're going to want to go ahead and put them in this chest. Another big thing to note is that to maximize the amount of XP you're getting with this farm, you need to make sure that you're filling up an entire chest of items. If you want to get double the XP, it's very simple. All you have to do is go down here, make this chest a double chest, and then up top, you want to make the items chest a double chest, just so you could fill it up with the rest of your items. This will get you twice as much XP, but if you don't have enough items or you don't have enough fuel to smelt your items, just doing 1 chest up top and 1 down bottom will still get you a ton of XP. Now, once you've got everything smelting and you've got all of your items in your chests, now the only unfortunate part about this XP farm is you actually have to wait hours for everything to smelt. This is my XP farm with a full double chest of dried kelp. Now, the very big and important part of this farm is you cannot take any of the kelp or whatever item you cooked out of this chest. If you take an item out of this chest, it will not work, and you're gonna have to redo the entire process of smelting everything. So make sure wherever you put this farm, it's in a safe location so you don't have to break the chest or move any items. And that's why I've even blocked off my chest, just to make sure I can't take any items out. Now, how I have this set up is my furnace is exposed. I have a hopper here that is also completely filled up with kelp. Once again, you don't want to touch it. And once your chest and your hopper are filled up with the item, you should be able to smelt 1 item in here, and whenever you cook an item, you take it out, it gives you a ton of XP. It only takes me about 10 seconds with this farm to get to level 0 to level 30, and literally it is infinite. As long as you never touch the hopper or the chest at the bottom, you'll be fine. You can remove the hopper above and the chest on top if you would like. It's not necessary. You just need to make sure that your smoker, your hopper, and your chest are not touched, and by smelting items in it and taking the items out when they're done, you'll be given infinite automatic XP. Now, the reason I highly recommend every one of you guys build one of these kelp farms is because you can actually use this kelp to be generated into bone meal through a composter machine. And well, once you got some bone meal, you guys can go ahead and build the third best farm in Bedrock Edition, the wood farm. Now, for this farm, you're gonna need a lot of bone meal. So if you already have a bone meal farm or some sort of skeleton spawner, you're good to go. If not, let me show you guys how to make a very quick bone meal farm. You're basically making an automatic composter system. You want to place a chest down with a hopper on top of the chest, and then a composter on top of the hopper, and then another hopper on the composter, and then a chest on the composter. Should be chest, hopper, composter, hopper, chest. Now, you can actually use the kelp from the automatic kelp farm in this video to give you guys kelp to put into this composter, and it'll spit out bone meal. You basically get around 3 to 4 bone meal per 1 stack of kelp. So this is why having an infinite kelp farm is awesome, because basically it also means infinite XP and infinite bone meal. So this is going to be a spruce farm. All you're gonna need at the start is just 4 spruce saplings. You can have more. It will make it easier the more saplings you have, but 4 spruce saplings is the bare minimum. Now, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to place 4 spruce saplings down in a group like this. Then you're gonna want to surround these saplings with any sort of building blocks so that it's just a little 2x2 of saplings. Then you're going to want to leave a 1 block gap of grass, and then place down 4 solid blocks here, and then 3 more on this side, 3 more here, and then 2 more to finish off an identical square to the first one that you made. And then you can go ahead and place your spruce saplings in this one. Now, this is where this is up to you guys. If you want to have a huge farm, you can go ahead and repeat this pattern as much as you want. You can go ahead and place one over here. You can extend that out as long as you want in either direction. It is completely up to you guys. But for the sake of this farm, I'm just going to be having 4 of these squares, all with 1 block of grass separating the squares. Then you're going to want to head to 1 corner of the farm. It really doesn't matter what corner. Same thing, leave 1 block gap of space, and you're going to want to build up 28 blocks tall. Once you have the 28 block tall tower, just extend it out basically as long as your farm goes. So if your farm is only 4 blocks wide, you only need to extend it about 10 blocks or so, and once you look down, you should be able to walk to the end of your farm. Next, grab 28 ladders, slap them on the side of this, leading right the way up to the top. Now, obviously, this is very sketchy, so for the sake of safety, you can go ahead and extend this platform out to the right side as much as you want, but make sure to not extend this pathway over the edge of the farm, or else your trees will not grow. So your little platform should look like this, and if you're a very experienced player, you can make this a water elevator, but as this is a starter farm, I think most people are going to want to stick to ladders. And if you're very afraid of yourself falling, you can enclose all of this, but it feels like a lot of extra blocks, so that is optional and up to you guys. Now, the last thing you got to do is you just have to bone meal these saplings. By just bone mealing 1 of these saplings, as they are 4 of these mega saplings together, they will grow these extremely tall trees, and this is why you had to have this extremely tall tower. So that way, all you have to do to harvest these trees is head to the top of them, fall down on top, and then you just mine the tree from the top down, which saves a ton of time, and it also means all the leaves will deteriorate, dropping all of the saplings so that you never have to go grab saplings again. Now, sometimes you will get these really short trees. There's nothing that you did wrong, it's just how Minecraft works sometimes. And instead of jumping off from the very top platform and potentially dying, what you can do is make a secondary smaller platform. For this smaller platform, I just extended it out as long as I did for the top platform, and I added an extra back row blocks here just to be safe and to make it easy for you to get out on this level. All you have to do is add a ring of blocks around the ladders. This way you can hop out, you can go here if you need to, or if you never need to access this part of the farm, then you'll be fine. I hope these farms help you out in your survival world. If they did, make sure to go and drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.